Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video, we're going to be talking Maggotkin of Nurgle, and in particular, the battle tactics. So, first of all, the Maggotkin of Nurgle, they go up on pre-order next weekend, which means the weekend after that, they will be available for purchase in a store. Or you can pick up your models if you've pre-ordered them from your local store. I strongly recommend anyone go and pre-order stuff at their friendly local game store. The most important thing you can do as a miniature hobbyist is pay where you play. I love to support my local game store, so definitely get down and support your local game store too. With that said, we got revealed a few things, and their battle tactics were pretty easy to make out, so we're going to talk about the battle tactics that are coming for Maggotkin of Nurgle today. So let's get cracking on into that. Let's have a chat about what all of these can do and how they're looking and shaping up for the army. And so here we have the Nurgle battle tactics. So the first one we've got is Nurture the Nullmaw. We do have 6 here, like all the battle tomes. It does appear that all the battle tomes will be getting 6 of these battle tactics. The first one, Nurture the Nullmaw, as I said, you pick one feculent Nullmaw in your army that's within 12 inch of enemy units, and you complete it if there's no enemy units within 12 inch of it at the end of the turn. Effectively clear out the things around your special little tree. Now, the thing that's interesting for me is it says pick one in your army. So does this mean in your army now or in your army list? But also, we haven't seen a battle tome for 3rd edition come out with terrain features yet. Obviously, we've only seen Oryx and Stormcast both don't have terrain features as part of their army. And so, are we seeing maybe points get added to these terrain features and taken away, like taken out of the Allegiance ability rules and made to have terrain rules? This could be really interesting to sort of see how that goes in the game. But other than that, this is a pretty cool one, like putting down a feculent Nullmaw, having to clear around it. This could be pretty simple. You sort of bait one enemy unit in. It could also be countered by your opponent really easily as well if, you know, you're not smart and your opponent uses the redeploy to absolutely bugger you in it. Next, we've got Glory to the Grandfather. So you complete this battle tactic if more enemy units than friendly units were destroyed during this turn. This is just a really simple one. Like, really, this only needs to kill a single unit and not have one of your units die. So if you see an enemy unit that's, you know, almost depleted, this could be a great way to get like an additional battle line unit off the table or an additional monster. This is just a really easy one to complete. I see this one getting done by Nurgle all the time. In games, there'll be just situations where you just pick this over things like Hold the Line and stuff like that. So you've got still like Hold the Line or bring it down later in the game. Sudden Domination is the next one, where you complete this tactic if you summon a Great Unclean One to the battlefield and it's within 3 inch of an objective that you control in your opponent's territory. This one, at first look, I was like, oh, summon a Great Unclean One onto an objective, that's easy. But then as soon as you start reading it and you're like, oh, it's onto an objective you control in your opponent's territory, this becomes really hard. This could be like, you know, a great way to seal in, say, like a tournament to make sure you get those full 5 battle tactics. You've sort of wiped your opponent and you're running out of battle tactics to do. This should be a really solid one to do in a game where you've actually maybe killed your opponent a little bit too quickly. And now you can sort of wander into their area and summon a Great Unclean One on the home objective. Not going to be able to be used all the time, this one, but it definitely has its place. Like I said, where, you know, you've maybe missed like a Hold the Line or a Slay the Warlord or a Bring it down because you've killed them all in like one turn or gotten rid of them in other ways before you can use the battle tactics on them. This would be a great one, like if you've sort of heavily won a game, to really ensure in an event that you've got all your battle tactics for the game. Now, those were the 3 that we saw the entire rules for. These ones I've tried to piece together, and I'm pretty sure I'm mostly correct on all of these. So we've got Feed the Maggots, which is you complete this tactic if at least 7 enemy models die by disease rolls during this turn. This one is pretty cool. It is really swingy, so to do this one and make it work, you're going to want to make sure there's so many disease rolls being put on so many units. This would definitely be a late game one, not something you would use early game because it could really fire against you if you roll badly. You want to make sure you've got overwhelming ability to roll those 4-ups because you're having to kill enemy models. And you're going to want to make sure, you know, you've got those rolls on the right side of units. 1 wound models are definitely what you want these results on. You don't want to be putting these, you know, onto like a unit of Kurnoth Hunters with multiple wounds and stuff like that because it's really not going to remove multiple enemy models. Next, we've got Gifts of Nurgle, so you complete this tactic if all friendly Nurgle. Now, I will say the part that's saying Nurgle is missing from this, you sort of concealed, but it could be either mortal or demon. And so, anyway, you complete this tactic for friendly, insert whatever it is, units on the battlefield. At the start of the turn, inflict at least one disease point on one enemy unit during the turn. So all your units have to be doing a disease point, or potentially all your mortals or your demons, whatever that is. This is another solid one. Like, be interesting to sort of see how the disease rolls work and how you inflict them and properly. And so, it'd be nice to do. But this could be a really useful one and another good one. And then you've got the droning, where you complete this tactic if at the end of the turn there's one friendly model on a rotfly mount in each table quarter of the battlefield at the end of the turn. Another really solid one. This one is probably one of the more specific ones. In fact, the only really specific one in their list, not counting like what Gifts of Nurgle allows you to do. But all in all, I really do think that Maggotkin of Nurgle have got a good set of battle tactics here. These are going to be really useful. All of these I can see getting play and see getting use. Really only like, I guess, Feed the Maggots is the only one that's maybe a little bit iffy, and Gifts of Nurgle can be as well. But like the droning is specific, but if you've got those things in your army, it's definitely one you can do. They're fast and they're quick and they can get to where you need them to. But really good set of battle tactics. What do you think of the Nurgle battle tactics? Let us know in the comments below. Well, that's the end of the video. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, while you're at it, if you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by following the link in the description of the video to our Discord server. Also, linked in the video's description, you'll find links to our Patreon and YouTube members where you can help support the channel in other ways as well. And you get a special shout out at the end of the video, as well as YouTube members getting some cool emojis to use during our live streams on YouTube. We'd like to give a special shout out to everyone who helps support the channel via Patreon and YouTube members. So a special shout out to Christian Weir, James Soren, Cowspawn, AJC, Kenny Lowell, Outer and Shop First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nielsen, JJ, Austrian Average Wargamer, Domir, Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Steve T, The Real Zeok, Chris Wallace, Ronya, Vinny, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, and Wolfric Nick. And a special thanks to, first of all, Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing channel artwork for us, and to Xmorphic, who does all the amazing background work for the Discord server. Once again, everyone, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.